What is going on, guys? It's Snorlaxus here, bringing you guys finally week 1 of the PSBC season 10. We finally have this up and running. We are ready to go, ready to roll. We have our week 1 opponent here, Mr. TrowePrice or Ryan. Fantastic guy. I've known him for quite a while now between this league and a couple other things we've done together. It's always fun to battle him. It's been a little while since PSBC has been down for a while, and I don't have anything else going on with him, so it's fun to have him as my first opponent here. As you can see on the screen, which I'll flip the screen when we start the battle here, so I'm on the right side here, but I brought my Mew. I brought Nasty Plot, 3 attacks, Z-move Mew this week. I have my Mega Pidgeot. I have a Choice Scarf Mamoswine, Life Orb Salazzle, the Figgy Berry Recycle set on Snorlax, and I have a Lumberry Dragon Dancing Tyrantrum. Very excited to have that on my team and actually be able to use it while I have it for my 4 weeks here. And he brings his Garchomp, Mimikyu, Cobalion, Rotom Wash, Malamar, and Golbat. So he brought a very threatening team because Cobalion and Malamar, especially with the team I brought, with their fighting moves, can really kind of rip through me if I'm not careful. So that was something I prepped pretty heavily for and was very wary of coming into the match. And obviously, if you can't tell by now either, this is a post-com, obviously. I really wanted the first battle for the season to be live, but for whatever reason, the screen recorder I had been using decided to kind of crap out on me. And I'm currently having some issues with it. I'm not sure what it is, but potentially it might have some sort of a bug, or I might need to re-download it or something. But for now, I went back to this Screencast-O-Matic here just to get a quick little video going for week 1, since I'm leaving this weekend for a couple days. So if I tried to wait for the other one or to wait to battle Ryan here, that it'd be a couple more days, and I did not want that. So I do a post count instead. So without further ado, I will hop into it here. So we'll switch the sides real quick. So coming into the match, I was very much, like I said, scared of both that Cobalion and the Malamar. Wasn't sure what he would want to start with, so I decided I'm just going to start with my Mega Pidgeot. It's the fastest thing naturally on my squad that I brought this week, I believe. I think it outspeeds my Salazzle. I can't remember. But regardless, I was looking at his team. I'm like, outside of a Scarfer, it outspeeds everything. It's pretty safe for me to start with it and U-turn if I have to. The one thing I did not want to see was this Rotom Wash, and of course, is what he ended up starting with there. So I just U-turn on out. I knew that if he was Scarfed and he Thunderbolted, I have, depending on his set, I could have potentially died. But I did have that Mamoswine in the back, or the Tyrantrum that I can go into directly and start threatening him. And if he Volt Switch, he would not be able to kill me. So I wasn't too scared. So I decided U-turn there, and I go right out into my Tyrantrum here, actually. As he first have a Hydro Pump, which I was kind of shocked about. But I suppose that, honestly, it hits everything on my team, at least neutrally. And if he was protecting the Mammo there, that could have been a huge thing if I switched into Mammo. Part of the reason I didn't was fearing the Hydro Pump. So I go right into this thing here. And I decided I'm going to fire off a Dragon Dance right away here on turn 2. He goes for the Will-O-Wisp, but like I said, I have that Lumberry. So I just go ahead and get that Dragon Dance up. And I decided I'm just going to go straight for that Head Smash. I hit it. And goodbye Rotom Wash. Which at that moment, too, I saw my health go down. And I got really confused. I ended up having the wrong ability on my Tyrantrum. I had the not Lockjaw, that's the name. I had Strong Jaw instead of my Rock Head that I wanted. But not a huge issue in the long run here because he goes right into Cobalion. I assume because he went into it, he'd have to be Scarfed. But like I said, Mew is my only option really for a fighting resist on my team that I brought. And I didn't want to get weakened if he decides to go for Iron Head, so I had to stay in, see if he was Scarfed. He was. So now I can go directly on my Mew. So he goes right into Golbat, which I was kind of shocked about, as I go for a Nasty Plot and fire off a Psychic, and he lives. So I was just like flabbergasted at this point. Like, I'm a max special attack, Nasty Plotting Mew with a Stab Psychic, and his Golbat doesn't die. And not only does it doesn't die, it only takes like 80% from it. So I was pretty shocked, to say the least. I had Psychinium Z. Didn't want to fire it off just because of the potential Malamar switch, because I wasn't sure if the Golbat was meant to be switched in or not. In the long run here, you'll see he ends up living going for that Toxic. So I really wish that I had gone for the Psychinium Z just to kill it, because this Toxic's obviously really hurt over time here. Synchronize doesn't work. He does, at this point, he's kind of realized that he's pretty weak, so he just lets the Psychic take him out as I take a little more Toxic damage. And he comes into that Malamar. So I'm like, alright, I'm going to go for the Signal Beam and just knock him out. And again, he has a berry, and just barely lived something that I thought for sure would kill, which was again unfortunate, but I just vacuum wave just for fun to show off the tech, and I go down, he goes down. So at this point, like I'm feeling okay. I have four things left. He has three. One of the two things I was really worried about is gone. So he's just got that Cobalion left, which knowing his scarf though is a big problem because I have obviously two things weak to fighting left. Salazzle really is not defensive at all. Mega Pidgeot can live one, but does not want to get hit. Just does not want to take that hit. So I decided here to kind of scout what he would go into. I figured Mamoswine, my Scarfer would probably be my best option. I have two fast things in the back that get outsped by his Scarfer. And like I said, if he wins a Cobalion, I'd be fine with going down here and getting a free switch into something else. So I go into this. I fire off the Earthquake, just trying to get some damage out in case he's Yachi, and he kind of predicts the Ice move, wanting to save his Garchomp. Goes into Cobalion. I take out the Cobalion. So at this point, I was feeling really good. I was like, all right, this is pretty amazing. I think I am pretty safe here. I think that this match is over. I'm all good. Goes back into the Garchomp, takes half from an Earthquake. He fires off the Earthquake, does over half to me. Fire off another one, take him out, and I'm like, all right, this seems pretty good. Like I know Mimikyu's a Z-Mon, but he probably can't. Like it would have to waste a Z to kill some stuff on my team, so he can't take out everything. So he fires a Z move here. I'm like, oh, he's just gonna kill me. Nope, he goes for a Z Splash, which I completely forgot was a thing when I prepped. Like I did not prep for Z Splash. I prepped for Swords Dance, so I mean similar. But I was just like, oh crap, this is really bad. So I kind of panicked, and I switched out into Salazzle here, thinking that Salazzle would die to a 2.5 Shadow Sneak. Anyway, I should have calced it. Like I said, I was in a panic. I did not even think about calcing it. But so he goes here for a Shadow Sneak, only does 75. So if I had thought about it, I would have stayed in with Mamoswine, let it die, go into this thing, get some damage off, and go into one of my two normal types and just kill it. But like I said, I made a panic switch, was not a good choice. Part of the reason too was my thought process here is he has Shadow Sneak. It doesn't affect normal types, obviously. I can go into Mega Pidgeot, outspeed, get attack off, come back in with my Mamoswine, which is Scarfed, and fire off an Ice Shard. I don't have Ice Shard in my Mamoswine. So this entire time I thought I did, I had Icicle Crash. I knew I had, and I had Freeze Dry as well for the roam. So I knew I had two ice moves. In my head, they were Icicle Crash and Ice Shard. And even when I saw Freeze Dry earlier in the match, I thought I had Freeze Dry and Ice Shard, and I don't know. Like I said, I was in a panic, did not make good choices here. So he ends up just taking out my Mr. Cameron Blaze It here. And so now I'm still at this point, I still don't realize I don't have Ice Shard. So I go into my Mega Pidgeot here, fire for Hurricane, going for the confusion, release damage, die to a play rough there. Go back into my Mamoswine, and this is where I realized it. I was like, I don't have Ice Shard, and he can just Shadow Sneak me here. And I'm like, did I just lose? Like, did I just blow a 4-1 lead there and lose this match? He goes for Shadow Sneak, takes me out, and I go ahead in my big boy Snorlax here. So I'm looking at it, and again, like I didn't have my calc pulled up. I probably should have, but I'm looking at it. I'm like, all right, I have Earthquake. If he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, Peerless to say if he has it for some reason. Earthquake should still do a decent amount of damage to the point where a second one would kill him. I don't think he can one-shot me, if anything, unless he potentially had Drain Punch, which against my team, I was definitely had that in my head that he could have a fighting move. But you'll see here, he fires off a Play Rough, and he misses. I just fire off my Earthquake there, and I kill him. So I get the 1-0 victory against Ryan. Like I said, it's always fun to play him. It's a great match. Really back and forth there. Lots of setup from my side and just setup from his side. It was just a really crazy match. I did talk to him after, so he was I already forgot actually if he was adamant. I think he was adamant, he said. And so even if he was adamant at 2.5 times attack, he could not kill me with a play rough, so we determined the miss doesn't matter. What could have mattered is obviously there's a 10% chance to miss, which he got. The one thing that would have potentially made the match different would be obviously if he got a crit, but if he got also, speaking of the 10%, if he got the 10% chance to drop my attack, because with my attack investment, if he had done that, it was about 50-50 roll on if I would kill him with Earthquake still, because Earthquake did, because let's see, I need to do 30 damage, and like Earthquake, if I was -1, did somewhere between like, let's say like 26 to 34. It's like literally, I can't remember what exactly the calc was, but it was like literally halfway in between, so it was like almost a 50-50 perfectly. So there's a couple different things there at the end that, like, depending on how luck had it, could have really changed the way the match went, but all in all, we both just kind of agreed that it didn't matter. Obviously, what happened, so we're not gonna fantasize about what could have happened otherwise. We're just both gonna move on from there. I wish Ryan the best of luck in the rest of the season. Like I said, I'm very excited to have this season up and running. Hopefully, by the time the next battle happens sometime next week, I will have figured out what the issue is with my other recording software, so I can do the live com more easy and have the non 15-minute time limit and stuff. Not that it's an issue for this battle since it's fairly fast. So I will be sure to drop Ryan's Twitter, and if I can think of any other social media of his or anything, I will make sure to put it in the description as well. Let me know what you guys thought. Make sure you leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys for the next battle.